give me your money.
Oh,
Hurry up,
bro,
give me
I'm
your
just
money.
gonna reach the
Give me
bucket.
your money.
Okay guys, we're going to start looking at how to solve this problem. Just remember that if you can solve it by being compliant and by giving them your wallet or your jewelry or keys or whatever it is they want, this is a good way to deal with it. It's not worth your life. So if you can solve it simply by giving them what they want, do that. Remember that for him to get into my space like this took some time, all right? And if I could have been aware in the first place, I could have potentially have kept him away just by spotting him and making distance. As you saw in my clip, when I was doing the disarm, before I did it, I was drawing his attention down to my pocket. All right, I said, just let me reach in my pocket, and I was reaching. Okay, what I was trying to do is get his attention somewhere else. Okay, this is called false compliance. I'm making it look like I'm going to do what he wants, but at the same time I have to have the intention. There's no point me just going, okay, I'm going to reach for my pocket. I need to actually paint the picture that I'm going to do what he wants. So my hand is moving down into my pocket, his attention is going there, and he's starting to get the feeling that he's getting what he wants. I want to act from this position. I'm going to come from a position where I don't look like I'm threatening. So no excessive eye contact, all right, no big movements. I want you to focus on looking like you're afraid, assess the situation, take your time to figure out what's going on. At the same time, he might have friends around, so you want to just try and use this time to get a good scan of your environment if you can. The next thing you want to do, as you bring your hands up, right, you're looking at where the weapon is, where it's placed. You want to be starting this action when he's not moving too much. It can be very difficult for me to grab, so I need to stop. I need to assess, and where I can, I'm going to communicate and start to drop his level of anxiety as much as I can by being compliant. Okay? As I bring my hands up, what I'm trying to do is bring it closer to the weapon to cut the distance between my hands and the weapon itself. This gives me a better reaction time in general. Right? From there, I'm going to move the weapon off the shortest line. All right? So in this case, it's to my right. The web of my hand is hitting underneath the gun, underneath the frame of the gun, near the trigger guard, okay, and I get my hands around the barrel, okay, making a grip like this, holding it as tight as possible, right? I need to at the same time move my head off the line as well. The principle here is to get off the line, right? So he's going to press the trigger. I need to ensure that before he does that, okay, I'm moving the weapon off the line. At this point, the shot could go off. Okay, the next thing I want to do as I move off the line with my hand and body is I want to control the weapon. The first hand is controlling, but I want to get a double-handed control. It's just going to strengthen everything up. Okay, two hands are going to be stronger than one. So I am moving my hand underneath the frame of the weapon, pushing it diagonally up, and the second hand gets up pretty much at the hammer and rear sight and gets a good grip with a hooking hand. All right, so remember the rhythm is like this. I'm not doing a 1, 2 because this gives him time to pull the weapon back and face it at me again. So I'm doing the hand body. Now I've got good control, okay? Of course he's going to probably be moving back. So I need to ensure that as I do this, okay, I'm moving, I'm going to kick him in the groin as quickly as possible. So I need to be in a good position to do this. It's not possible in every single position. All right, and if I can't do the kick, I'm going to continue by getting up and attacking and attacking and attacking. The most important thing is this first line of defense. Okay, so I'm doing this and the kick. Okay, I'm moving it off the body and I'm doing the kick to the groin. I'm coming up. I can continue to attack from here, particularly if he's not compliant. I haven't hit him hard enough. All right, so I can continue to strike if I need to and ensure that the weapon is away. At no point am I trying to pull. I'm literally pushing this weapon away. The muzzle is facing away from me, 90 degrees, slightly up even, okay, away from my body. And again, like I said, I can knee and attack. All right, but right now I'm in a position where I can disarm the weapon. So the first thing I want to do is with my second hand, that's on the hammer and rear sight, I'm going to pull. Okay, and I'm trying to line the magazine up, right? So it's going to face up. I keep my hands in this position, I'm doing this motion. Do not do this, okay? Sure, there are other techniques where you can do that, but that's not what we're working on. We're just working this way. One. All right, now I want to open up the finger, so I'm going to twist and open up the finger. From there, I'm pulling it up. Okay, again, let's hold that again. I'm doing 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I put that into my dominant hand. I can, of course, kick and whatnot and use a weapon like this, but at this point I'm putting it into my dominant hand and I'm going to hit him in the head just like I did in the other video, and then I'm making myself go away as fast as possible. I need to get away from this situation. Okay, I can move away and tap and rack and point the weapon at him, all right, but most people that we train in here, in our gyms, are not law enforcement or military, and they haven't had a lot of experience with weapons. So there's no point in playing with the weapon if you don't know how to use it. Just use it cold. Punch it into his face, all right, into the head, and get yourself away, all right? The other thing to consider is make sure that you move away as quickly as possible. You don't know if he's got friends around the corner who are watching and who will come and help. So ensure that you get yourself away as quickly as you can and don't stick around and don't try and be a hero. Get yourself to safety. Kidda.